How's it going, guys? We got another guide video here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Super Vegito. Now, Super Vegito, I feel as though, he's not going to do, like you can see here, burst damage, per se. But he's going to be able to hit the whole team in team fights and just do continuous damage. He's going to be very useful in team fights. He's just not going to be, picking off single targets or even, single handling the boss. Alright, so Super Vegito transforms. This transformation, it can actually happen at any time, at any level. You can do it right at the start if you would like. What it's going to do is give you some more base HP or attack up. And what's going to happen is basically you're going to get an extra level when you transform. And now his passive, a self-strengthening ability, deals extra damage and gains extra HP when skills or powered up attacks hit 2 or more enemies at the same time. The more enemies hit, the more extra HP gain. The cooldown for this ability is shortened when skills or powered up attacks hit an enemy. The more enemies hit, the greater the reduction to its cooldown. So basically, he's just going to want to use his abilities to hit multiple targets. It's going to allow him to gain HP. It's going to allow him to get cooldown reduction on the passive and cooldown reduction on his abilities, to be able to use them more, to be able to get more HP. So the more targets fighting Vegito, it's typically more beneficial for Vegito. His rush attack, every third hit on his rush attack is going to do AoE. So you see, boom, and that last one, that boom, 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 it's going to do damage to both or anybody within that small area. Alright, let's take a look at skill 1. His Spirit Sword. Uses the sword to slash at the area around him. Shortens its cooldown if it hits an enemy. Hitting an enemy hero further shortens its cooldown, combined with flash dodge to activate while moving. So basically your flash dodge we'll get into right now, which it's just a dash. It'll dash and track through to the enemy. If you activate it and they were to dash away, you would still be able to track them and get there, and basically you would be able to activate Spirit Sword at the same time as you're dashing through. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, so Spirit Sword at level 1, small area, has a very quick cooldown. It's like 5 seconds, plus if you're hitting multiple enemies it'll reduce the cooldown even more. Level 2, this is the area it's going to affect, pretty good. And then at level 3, this is going to be, just look at how far I can hit Vegeta with this. It's just crazy. And it's going to do the same amount, whether it's on the edge or whether it's like right in front. Oh no, it's not actually. See the numbers change the closer they are. Right. Now to get into the dash. You see, this area here is the range within you can dash, but then you will actually end up even further behind them. So that's at level 1. At level 2, got a lot more range, and then of course at level 3 it's gonna have even more. Mind you, this isn't one dash. I'm just showing you one dash, but you can dash multiple times. So I can do that, and then I can dash into him again. And then I will be able to, I like to use it where I'll dash once, hit them, they keep running away, and then I'll dash again. Some people, they do a quick double dash. I mean, it'll do something. It's valid if there's a bunch of people around, but I wouldn't recommend it if it's just a 1v1 and you're trying to chase and finish a kill. I'd recommend to spread your dashes out, hit them a bit, and then as they're running, dash again. Alright, and now his skill 3 is Finger Shot. And it's going to apply movement speed down when it hits the enemies. You're going to be able to use the ability while you're in the flash dodge, while you're dashing. You can start it up like he did, and then dodge while you're using it. And then you would reactivate it again to try to pop it off a little bit earlier, because it does take a little while. So this is going to be the area of effect at level 1. It's going to hold it here, and then it'll take some time. If you spam it though, if you press it and then press it again, he will throw it much faster. So that's gonna do 465, and it's gonna do the same amount of damage whether you let it wait out or whether you try to just spam it and get it off quicker. It's gonna do the same amount of damage. So at level 2, the range increases significantly, and you're gonna hit everybody within this area. And then, yeah, of course, still same thing. Activate it faster, just spam it. Have to be in the build. And look at the range. I can't even see him, but I can hit him. Well, I mean, I can't. I don't have vision, but like just the range. Like if somebody's over there, I could hit him from here with this ability. It's just crazy. And it's also going to apply that slow for a while, so it'll help you be able to catch up as well to enemies. Alright, and now let's take a look at his super attack, Spirit Excalibur. So, this is a lot of explanation. I'm going to explain it to you without reading the whole thing. Basically, you see that this get a cross-shaped slash. You're going to be able to use that, right? Using your ult will refresh all the cooldowns on your abilities when you first use your ult. So what you want to do is go in there, use your abilities, right? Do some damage, then ult. You will have all your abilities back up again. Then you would be able to not only this gauge here is gonna fill up the more you hit multiple enemies or just enemies in general with your abilities, right? So think about it. You're gonna use your abilities, use your ult, have your abilities back. Your abilities will then allow you to refill this bar up again to then use your ult again. The whole purpose of his ult is you want to be able to pop it off 2 to 3 times. You want to make sure that you're in the situation where you're going to be able to use your abilities, jump slash, use your abilities, jump slash, and hopefully use your abilities and then jump slash again to then fill that meter up one more time. And that's when you'll get real value out of his ult. His ult off of one hit is not necessarily going to do a lot of damage. So you're going to need to use it as a continuous damage over time. It's not going to do a burst, a crazy amount of burst damage to enemies. Alright, so this is going to be the area of effect at level 1. And you see the bar under him? Now the more I hit, the more I use my abilities, boom, I got my ult again. My abilities reset once more. I can try to fill this back up again. It's a little bit hard because I'm hitting just one. But see, I still was able to fill it up one more time. And then I get my abilities to go and finish it off. Now that's just a 1v1. When you are playing and fighting against a multiple target situation, your ult is gonna basically fill up from the first ability you use. Gonna hit everybody. That R1, boom, 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 plus an auto attack, boom. You're gonna have it again, easy. And then boom, just you make sure you gotta pay attention to when your ult will pop off versus when it won't, right? Because as you've seen there, I never filled that bar up. Now, if I was banking on me filling that bar up and using my ability again, I could have died there. So there's situations where you got to be careful. And then, of course, at level 3, it's going to take up even more areas. But you see the damage from the initial. That's not what's going to do a lot of damage. You see just the ability to go again and again and combo up. It's just, that's what's doing all the damage to Vegeta. And like I said, Vegito is not going to be the best on a 1v1. He's better off fighting in multiple target situations. Alright, so for the cards for Vegito, I like to go with Snowball, Giant Slayer, and Defense Step. So, the Snowball, obviously, want to try not to die, keep the stacks, so that you can do as much damage as possible, because he's not going to be doing a lot of single target heavy burst damage. So the more damage you can get from the snowball will help you in those 1v1 situations. Giant Slayer is great because you're gonna go in there, you're gonna kind of be the dude, the attacker to kind of start the fight with the tank. So you want to jump in right in the middle of that, and to help with that, you're gonna need defensive step. So if you just vanish step into the middle, use your abilities, you're gonna be hitting them with the 80% plus uh, HP. So the Giant Slayer is gonna kick in. It's gonna allow you to do more damage to them from the start. And then the defense step is gonna allow you to take some more damage. Meanwhile, your abilities, you're gonna be hitting multiple targets, so your abilities are gonna be giving you the extra HP and the cooldown reduction to then get you more extra HP. So it's all gonna work hand in hand if you play it properly, where it's gonna help you sustain in a fight, as well as your abilities are going to help with the sustain, and then you're gonna, with the snowball and giant slayer, you're gonna be able to still do some good damage. So yeah, for Vegito, I like to start off with the skill 1. This is super start, but either way I would do the skill 1, and then I would go for the skill 3. I would save the dash for last, because usually people aren't getting too far away, you'd be able to still get the dash off and close the gap. So I usually go into the first fight trying to see if I can get them together. If you can fight them together and not separate, that's more beneficial, which we're able to do here. And also, Baby's going to have his lifesteal. That's going to be tremendous help for Vegito. And as you can see, I'm going to get my extra bonus health and I'm going to get the lifesteal from Baby. And I use the dash just to close the gap. So he tries to sprint, tries to vanish step away, and I just dash to him and I don't let him. I dash and skill 1 at the same time. Ideally, to transform, you can transform at any time with Vegito, but I like to get to at least level 6 or 7, then transform, and it'll allow me to get that next level up right away, and I can just have levels over the enemy team. But sometimes you're put in a situation where you're getting pressed real early, and you should, if you, even if you're level 3, you probably should transform if you're gonna die, because that's part of Vegito's advantage early game, is the fact that he's gonna be able to transform at any given time and basically save his life. Now this is where Vegito's gonna shine, especially with the assist from Baby's lifesteal. Look at the damage I'm gonna be able to do. And I can just reach so far range that I can just make sure they can't even get out of my attack range. And I'm just gonna get a kill 3 on 2, basically 3 on 1 as far as damage goes. And yeah, I just get an extra health, and that's just where he's gonna shine. Versus a 1v1, he's not gonna do as good damage, but still decent and still possible to win the 1v1. Now here's a 1v1 situation, and it is much more difficult for Vegito. Now there are minions around, so the multi enemy thing, it counts if you hit minions with your abilities as well to get that extra health. But as you can see, Topo is just gonna beat me up if I don't go and use my transformation. So this is a situation where I'm gonna have to pull my transformation out a little bit earlier to get that advantage. And now, as you can see, I got the health advantage, I got the level advantage, I got all the advantages, but he still is able to get away. He has his teammate, but I am able to survive that fight. As you can see here, he is very good team fights, but unfortunately, he is not the best at getting the boss, especially by himself. He's gonna take quite a bit, and yeah, he's just like none of his moves. His spirit sword's a little bit of burst damage. His split finger shot's a little bit of burst damage, and his ult's a little bit of burst damage, but nothing that's gonna do significant damage where you could just easily take the boss out at a quarter health. So as you see here, I'm trying to save my ult because I don't want to waste it here, and it screws me over. I end up not being able to get to the boss in time at basically 1 HP, but I am able to finesse the Kefla for trying to take my boss, and I'm able to use my ult here now to escape. Unfortunately, I used it and didn't get to really do damage with it, but I am able to get out the fight. We unfortunately aren't able to get the boss, and that's what I would say is one of his weaknesses. Now, this is a good example of when to use your ult properly and to get the most advantage out of it. So I see three people out here. I'm going to start going ham and spamming as many of my ults and abilities as I can. And as you see, I'm able to get all three of them and get the team wipe. Yeah, Super Vegito, he's just really good at as an attack to sustain within a fight in a team fight, and just hit multiple targets and just do a lot of damage to multiple enemies. Now, the issues are is when he's trying to finish a single target, it can be troublesome because his abilities are better suited to hit multiple targets. So that's why having him paired with another attacker who's good at single target damage, burst damage like 18, Trunks, you know, even ranged attackers like Bojack and Piccolo, like he's gonna get right into the fight and start doing damage to everybody. And then these ranged attackers can just burst them down, or these single target burst attackers could pick off the stragglers who start leaving the fight because they're too low to stay within Vegito's damage. So he's going to be really good in this meta where it's team fights, and he is really fun, but he is a little bit more complicated, and he does have some timing issues you can run into. But overall, he is fun. I like using him a lot. Definitely a top attacker. And I hope you were able to learn how to use Vegito and get better at him. And make sure you check out the gameplay of Vegito as well that I have, and maybe you can learn a little bit more. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next guide. Catch you in the next video.